What is going on, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? My name is Prodigy, and welcome to another video on the channel. Today, guys, we are going to be talking about some totally fake Kingdom Hearts leaks. Now, this is for Kingdom Hearts 3 ReMIND, and I don't usually cover things like this at all, but someone actually DM'd me on Discord, and they ended up sending me this. And I kind of feel like this is fake, but there's always the possibility that it is true. Don't worry, there aren't any major story spoilers in this from what I read so far, but these are still apparently leaks for Kingdom Hearts 3 ReMIND. So whether it's fake or not, if you don't want to take the risk, I 100% recommend you click off of this video now. Like, seriously, do it now. I'm not playing. Like, if you really don't want to be spoiled on ReMIND, do not watch this video. Click off now. I'm fine if you don't watch this, but I wanted to cover this because I thought it would purely be entertaining to read these off and kind of laugh at how like fake they are, or even speculate at the possibility of it being real. But anyways, let's get started. For starters, you can see this is from Kingdom Hearts Italy. This account has like no followers at all, it has a lot of posts. This is a Kingdom Hearts Italy account. This, I mean, there's nothing really going on here. This already kind of makes the credibility a little weird. Oh yeah, and by the way, since we're on Instagram, this leak did come from Instagram, but apparently this person, this account, got this information from the Kingdom Hearts memes Reddit, I believe, something like that. But this was posted as of right now, as I'm recording this, around 18 hours ago. By the time you're watching this, it will be about a day and a half. But starting off, I'm just gonna start listing off a bunch of things because that's all this leak really is, just listing off a bunch of things. The release date for Kingdom Hearts 3 ReMIND is apparently going to be January 25th of 2020. Now, this would mean that ReMIND has gotten delayed, quote unquote. I don't know if they specifically said it was going to release this year, but I do know they said coming this winter. I know Tetsuya Nomura was aiming for them to release it this year, but January 25th doesn't sound too far off, too bad. Honestly, if it does release then, I can deal with it. I was expecting ReMIND to release in December or January anyways, because honestly, if ReMIND released in like November or October, it would get absolutely bodied by all the other games coming out, because you have Pokemon releasing, Death Stranding releasing, and there's overall just a lot of games at that time that are going to be releasing, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people who are going to buy a new video game over some DLC for Kingdom Hearts. And that's no disrespect to Kingdom Hearts. I love Kingdom Hearts, but looking at it from like everyone's perspective, the general public's perspective, that just wouldn't be a good move to release it at that time. But I do know they did want to not release it like too close to Final Fantasy VII Remake, which is releasing in March of 2020. So I feel like January and December are like the picks to go for the release date. But this is saying the 25th of January, which would make this the same release date as Kingdom Hearts 3 released in Japan. So on the 1-year anniversary of Kingdom Hearts 3, you have Kingdom Hearts 3 ReMIND. I think that's pretty cool. Next up, it says 5.4 gigabytes for the update. Nothing too big there. It's the size of the update. I mean, nothing to speculate on. I mean, I'm guessing it would be that size anyways. I wasn't expecting like a 20-30 gig ReMIND update. I mean, even if they did give us a 20-30 gig ReMIND update, I wouldn't really mind it. I don't care. I have the space for it, so it's whatever. Nothing too crazy for me. Okay, now this is apparently the price. Now I'm gonna have to go on Google and actually figure out what like this translates to for the US. Okay, so apparently this is $21 for America, but it will probably be like 20-25 for us if they round that number off. So that's seems like a reasonable price for the DLC, not too shabby. All right, now I'm going to skip all of this because this is just kind of obvious stuff. The only interesting thing is it says the development time started and on the 17th of February, mid development was 9th of July, and end development to be announced, I guess. So, alright. And I'm guessing this is going to be the synopsis of ReMIND. Returned with Sora and his friends to face out new enemies in the history of the events of Master Xehanort. Now, I know the translations are going to be a little off here, but bear with it, I guess. This would be tally number 1 for why this could be fake, by the way. New exciting cutscenes await you to finally understand the final chapter of the battle between light and darkness. New characters and new battles were added to the Keyblade Graveyard. Explore a new gummy ship place during the story. Explore a very new place mysteriously appeared in a specific area of the game. That's weird. After the event of the story. New Keyblades and new ways of fighting enemies will await you in the final expansion of Kingdom Hearts 3 ReMIND, which includes, if you didn't already read ahead because I was scrolling. Now this is the limit cut episode stuff, the limit cut episode scenario, 10 bosses, new cutscenes, Keyblade Oblivion, which if that's true, that would be really, really cool. All the typos here are like part of the reason I think this is like kind of fake, because I feel like if this was a leak, like a proper leak, they would probably organize it a little bit more. But hey, what do I know? I'm not too into the leak business, so whatever. The third one is a new Twilight Town minigame. I can see that happening. And then new PG interactions. I don't know what that means necessarily. I'm going to assume, because it has like in parentheses under here, I'm going to assume this is playable characters. Riku, Mickey, Aqua, Ventus, Roxas, Lee, Kairi, Xion. So all of the 7 Guardians can potentially be playable? Is that what that means? If that is like true, then that's pretty cool. I can't lie. And then after that, the final piece of limit cut is the new equipment and accessories. All right. So, limit cut episode, I mean, if this is true, limit cut seems pretty promising. I'm not expecting anything like this to happen. To be honest, a bunch of this stuff is kind of obvious. I do highly think we can get a new Keyblade in each of the episodes. I think that's very likely. I made a whole video talking about that because it's very unlikely that we're only going to get one Keyblade a part of ReMIND. They're giving us the free Oathkeeper Keyblade as part of the additional scenarios, excuse me. But I think it's very possible for us to get like another Keyblade through the paid episodes, like in the limit cut episode and secret episode and so on and so forth. So that is very, very likely. But new cutscenes, obviously. A new Keyblade, that's very possible, but it's kind of 50-50, kind of. The Twilight Town minigame, that's very possible. And Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep Final Mix, they did add a lot of new like mini games to that game. So there's that, because the mini games is a big part of Kingdom Hearts 3. And the playable characters one, this one is a little tricky, because I've definitely made videos talking about how I want them to have all 7 Guardians playable, but I don't know if it's actually going to happen. Now, if Xion's actually playable, this would be the best thing like in the world. If Xion is playable, I'm going crazy. Same thing with Kairi and Lee. Like, screw Roxas, Ventus, Aqua, Mickey, Riku. I've played as a lot of you before. I don't care. But Lee, Kairi, and Xion, we literally have never played as them. So that would be cool. That would be so cool. And then new equipments and accessories, that's a given for any Kingdom Hearts like DLC / Final Mix expansion, whatever. So it's like most of these are kind of obvious things. 2 of them are kind of 50-50 and a little weird. But moving on to the secret episode, if we haven't already read ahead, the secret episode post story, that's what it's going to be apparently. Okay, this right off the bat is a little weird because Nomura has said in interviews that most of the DLC will be post game stuff. So for them to specifically say that this is going to be post story, that's a little weird, because Nomura has already said that most of the DLC already, including the limit cut stuff, is going to be like post game. So yeah, I caught you slipping a little bit, Kingdom Hearts Italy. I caught you slipping a little bit. But anyways, now they put mysterious figure in quotations here. I'm going to assume that it's probably someone in some black coat, and they're probably just doing a bunch of crazy stuff. So they probably don't know the actual name of the boss. Maybe this boss is such a big deal that it's like even hush hush on the Square side. I can definitely see that being the case, because I know actually in movies they do that. Like for Avengers Endgame, for example, a lot of the actors did not know what was going on because they didn't want to risk Endgame being spoiled. So it's the same philosophy as going into Kingdom Hearts 3 ReMIND. I can easily see it being hush hush and having the beta name being Mysterious Figure. I feel like it would have definitely have been less weird if they just put Secret Boss right here, because I feel like that would have been a lot more normal. And if they just put Secret Boss, I wouldn't be questioning this. But anyways, after that, new cutscene, I can see that happening. A new Keyblade, I can see that happening. Secret ending extended. Now, I literally just made a video on this, and this is one of the most obvious things that could be added in a secret episode. So, yeah. And then they say new battle portal in the final world. Now, this, I can actually see this happening. Whether this leak is fake or not, even in the actual, like, reveal of all the ReMIND stuff, I can see this being the case, because, the final world honestly has nothing really going on when you revisit it. So I feel like that would be like one of the perfect places to have a really cool boss fight. So I think a secret boss in the final world would be so dope. Imagine fighting like Subject X or something in the final world. I don't know if you would need to do that or anything, but that would be pretty cool. Now, last but not least, there is apparently a extra scenario. Now, this is probably a cutscene, or I think anyways, because it says this here, but new secret area and boss. And you have the 3 question marks here because this person doesn't know what the bosses are. So this lost memory scenario seems very hush hush if it is like true. Now that's all the leaks there. There's nothing else. There's people commenting and whatnot under. My opinions on this, I feel like this is fake. I completely feel like this is fake, but I could easily be proven wrong, because I have been proven wrong before, because I was one of those people a year or 2 ago when the Monsters Inc. leaks came out, and when I was covering it, I was saying, nah, this looks too weird to be real, and I was proven completely wrong. It was real, and it was actually in the game. As we figured out, Monsters Inc. was revealed later on. But take these leaks with a grain of salt. I know people like who watch leaks videos, they always say that. They always say, I feel like such a meme saying that. Take it with a grain of salt, because that's what they're supposed to say. But regardless though, even if I'm saying that, like, it's true, take it with a grain of salt. Do not go around saying, oh, this is what's going to be in ReMIND, yada yada yada, because that's just spreading misinformation, or unconfirmed information rather. It is something that's interesting to talk about. There weren't too many spoilers here, as they didn't give the names or anything of a lot of these bosses, but I still feel like this doesn't ruin any potential trailer experience or game experience we might have when ReMIND actually does come out. But that's also a reason why this is probably really fake, because if they don't even know what's going on in the story, if they don't even want to explain the specifics of some of the story stuff, because I'm sure I'm sure if there is an actual leak for ReMIND, that they would probably know what's in, you know, the story of it. Kingdom Hearts 3 story leaks happened before the game came out. But yeah, like I said, once again, this is most definitely likely fake. My name is Prodigy. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, share the video with a friend or family member. Follow my Instagram right here that I don't use. I literally haven't used this Instagram since the game, yeah, since January 19th. But if you guys want to follow my Instagram, go ahead, because since we're on this platform, go ahead and do it. Link below in the description. But thank you guys for watching. My name is Prodigy, and I will talk to you guys soon. Peace out.